You are not going to have a good 2025 unless you get attention. Your job as a real estate agent is to get as much attention as you can to show off what it is that you do as an agent. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. We're already working on our income for 2025. What you're doing right now in November and what you're doing in December, that is your January income. As a matter of fact, if you don't do something big this week, if you don't do something big before Thanksgiving, January is going to suck for you. You're going to have lots of great delusions of grandeur. You're going to have the New Year's resolutions, and January is going to suck because what you're doing right now is generating the revenue you will have, the closings you will have for 2025. So let's talk a little bit about that. How do we put a playbook together that makes sense for you as a real estate agent? Check in the chat here. Let me know where you sell real estate. If you accept referrals in that area, say so right here in the chat. Today, we're going to talk about getting that playbook together, getting yourself seen. One of the first things you've got to do is be willing to promote yourself. Be willing to say, hey, I accept referrals in this area. You need to do that with your sphere of influence, with your past clients, with your unconverted leads. There's so many people that you can do very, very well with, helping them with their buying and selling needs, as long as you have a good offer for them, a reason for them to use you in lieu of all other options, and you know how to close that deal. We don't want unconverted leads piling up inside your system until they finally end up going with someone else. So we're going to talk about that today. I've got a couple of notes that I wanted to share with you here. But the best way for you to look at this is New Year's Day is today. New Year's Day is today. Right now, what you're doing in today's market this week and even before Thanksgiving is going to generate the revenue you will make in the month of January. So it's time for us to get busy and getting that revenue happening for us. How do we get that message out to the public? How do we beat obscurity? That's the number one problem we're all dealing with here. So many of you know the competition is not your problem. That's not an issue at all. Your problem is not there's a lot of competition. There's 5,000 agents in my area. None of that matters. What you're competing against is obscurity. Not enough people know who you are. As a matter of fact, if I could get you to the kitchen table, you usually get the deal. If I could get you in front of the prospect, they love you, they want to work with you, there's no problems, they're not choosing someone else. If you can get in front of them, you get the deal, right? That means you're fighting obscurity. You're not getting beat by the competition. You're getting beat by the fact that nobody knows who you are, or not enough people know who you are. So what I teach with Greg Luther Inner Circle Coaching is let's build that list. I mean, let's look at your list right now, your past clients, your unconverted leads, all of the people that you have. What database are they in? How often are you promoting to them? And then how often are you providing helpful educational content compared to putting real offers in front of them, unique selling propositions, reason to use you in lieu of all other options. So obscurity is what your biggest problem is. If you're going to create a playbook for 2025, you really need to think about, what are my plays? When I get to January 1st, what am I putting out there that's going to get me a touchdown? When I get to February 1st, what am I putting out there that I anticipate getting points on the board? I anticipate racking up closings for myself because I know a lot of people are very attracted to that offer that I'm putting out there. The fact is, you're already good as a real estate agent. Just more people need to know who you are, what you offer, what you do. The one thing that I teach that I think you'll find very helpful, and you should write this down, one thing that I teach with our Inner Circle coaching members is you need to have a quarterly offer. Write that down for me. I want you to have a quarterly offer. And what I mean by that is come January 1st, what are you offering to your list? Is there a sense of urgency? Is there a deadline? Is there a reason for them to reply now? Is there a reason that if they've been on the fence thinking about buying or selling, that now is the time they'll do it because this offer is amazing? It has nothing to do with discount, by the way. As a matter of fact, you could charge a premium if your offer is good enough. You're not doing a discount or $500 off or I'll pay your closing costs or all that crap. You're not trying to work for free. You're going to work at a premium if you have a better offer. But what we found, and this is a tremendous opportunity for you, what we found is so many people were unsure in the market. They had interest rate issues. They had fear of what's going to happen with the election issues. They had mortgage rates are crazy high. They had, I hear COVID's coming back. Our current president is incompetent. The real estate market has halted. Everything's overpriced. Warren Buffett has sold everything. So probably the economy is going to crash. They've got all this stuff coming at them. And I don't really care what your opinion is. Your job is to feed into the local market, understand what the general population thinks. My opinion and your opinion doesn't matter so much as your customers, your clients, what they're thinking. And we've been so unsure that what happens is everybody does nothing. So the reason the market has been slow, because by the way, I talk to an awful lot of agents, and many of you know this. Each day, I'm talking to multiple agents. And let me tell you what's happening. They're going out on a lot of appointments, and nothing happens. They're not listing with someone else. They're just dragging their feet. So if you've been on appointments and you gave a great presentation and they loved you and it felt really good and then nothing happened, listen to me. It's not you. It's not, you don't suck now. You've been doing this for 20 years. Now all of a sudden you think you suck. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's consumer confidence. So every agent I'm talking to says the last 3 appointments I've went on, it's went absolutely great. And then they never called me back, or they dragged their feet, or I'm like, did they list with someone else? No, they just kind of went cold on me. That's America. That's what's been happening. Now, since the election, that got rid of those that were worried about all of that stuff, regardless of which side they were on. At least now they know what it's going to be, and they can go on with their life. A lot of the hate and the spewing, and I mean, look how negative the freaking ads on both sides of the equation are. Getting all of that gone, now they can focus on actually being successful themselves again. So what that means is, for the last year, all of the people that have been sandbagging met with realtors, didn't do anything. Went out and looked at some homes, didn't do anything. Went to a mortgage broker, didn't do anything. All of these people that have been sandbagging, they're all hitting the market at the same time. Whether they're selling their house, they're buying a house, you need to be in front of them, and you need to be rekindling some of those old leads that you had out there that were just dragging their feet. It's not that you suck. It's not that you didn't do a good job or give a great presentation. It's just that that confidence level wasn't there for them to actually pull the trigger. They were window shoppers until the time comes to buy or sell. So a great way for us to do this is to provide a quarterly offer to stay in front of our prospects on a continuous basis. And by doing this, and I'll give you some examples of this in today's training here, but by doing this, what it does is it makes you feel like you want to keep growing your list. You want to provide a free report over here on Facebook to get people to opt in with you, because now they're going to get your next quarterly offer. You want to provide a home value analysis over here so you can get them in your list, because they're going to get the next quarterly offer. You want to provide that article that you saw on CNBC that talks about the 10 ways to improve the value of your home. You want to send that to everybody on your list so that the next time you send them an item of value or you send them an offer, someone is going to reply, and you just keep building that list bigger and bigger and bigger. But then you cultivate that list, give them helpful educational content, and then once a quarter, you put an offer in front of everybody. And guess what? When you kick the bushes, some of them run out. They say, hey, I'm ready. I've been reading your stuff. I've been watching your stuff. Thanks for all the helpful info you've provided, and I'm ready to make a move. This is what we teach. So that quarterly offer is absolutely huge. Imagine once a quarter, you're providing that offer, which would then inspire you to want to build a bigger list. You'd say, man, I only had 50 people just a year ago. Then I got to 300. Then I got to 700. Then I got to 1,200. Then I started doing some faceless videos on YouTube, just showing new construction homes or whatever. Never even showed my face. And I started getting a lot of followers there. And then I put an offer there. And what you're doing is you're beating obscurity. This is your goal in 2025. Your playbook in 2025 is to beat obscurity. This is going to make you want to build your list because it makes you more money. That's the reason you're doing it. It's how you get attention in your local marketplace. Does that make sense? So you need to think about the offers you're putting out there. Let me give you some examples, and these are just random and sporadic. You could do any niche that you want to do. Let's say you have 830 people now, and you got them all in one spot, and you're going to put an offer together. Your first quarter offer is new construction homes. Okay. So contact me. I'll get you a list of the top 5 builders in town and their top 2 floor plans for each builder. I'll show you what's included, what's not included, and what their monthly incentives are. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Okay. So very simple offer, right? We put those together all the time in our Greg Luther Inner Circle coaching. We do tons of training on this. So that's what your offer is for the first quarter. Well, what you'd want to do is create 3 you'll create 3 emails and 1 text message that talks about that opportunity. And the first week of the quarter, in this case, January 1st, we're going to send an email every other day and 1 text message to our whole list. Hey, if you've thought about buying new construction, there's a whole lot of them in the area, but there's a lot that you may not realize here. Some builders include a lot of things. Others, they do that as options and upgrades. So you're going to pay a lot more money. If you'd like to get the top 5 builders in town and their top 2 selling floor plans, simply reach back to me here and I'll get you a complete package mailed out to you immediately. No obligation whatsoever. It's a pretty good damn offer if you've had 800 people that have been watching your stuff. And then it gets to 1,200 and then 1,500 and then 2,000 people. And you realize that now that you're cultivating a list, you're building a list and then cultivating it to get them converted. Every time you put an offer out there, you're going to get appointments from people that have been watching your content and they're ready. As an example, if I made an offer here today, there's going to be real estate agents who would want to work with me. Unfortunately, I have nothing available and enrollment for my Inner Circle coaching has been closed for 6 months. So you can't even get involved with me. But if I provide lots of content every week, guess what? You'd want to join up. Well, the same is true for buyers and sellers. If you're helping them in your marketplace, this is one of the things you can do. So let's say the first quarter, you do a new construction offer. Okay. You get, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 more closings during that first quarter. Well, let's move on to the second quarter. What are we going to do then? Let's do move up buyers. Hey, if you live in a home and it's feeling a little cramped, if you've got a baby on the way and the kids are fighting over, they don't want to share their room, they don't want to bunk up with their brother and all of that stuff. Did you know you can move into a 4-bedroom home? I'm not sure if you heard where interest rates are right now with some of the properties that are available, new build and resale. It might be a good time for you to make a move up. You can sell your home at a premium, and I can get you access to homes before they hit the open market for you to casually look around. There's no obligation whatsoever, and I'd be happy to talk to you about moving up to a larger home. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Now, what I want to do is I want to create 3 emails and 1 text message, maybe even a direct mail sales letter that I can send out to those I have an address on. I love all the people say, well, I don't have their address. You have forewarned. Look up their phone number, dude. It takes less than 5 seconds to type in 10 numbers. Get serious about your business. Get serious about your playbook. So look what we're doing now. The first quarter, we've got this big list and we send out new construction offer. And then we keep building the list. We're getting lots of closings from that. We're building the list. We're getting more people in. We're offering free helpful guides, free information, updated home values in the area, all of this stuff to keep building the list. And second quarter rolls around and we're offering move up buyers. Well, what do we want to do then? The third quarter is getting ready to roll around. We need to think about an offer. Baby boomers is a generation that's 300% larger than any other generation. And all them baby boomers about to make a move. Every one of them they all moved up to their luxury trophy home and now their kids went off to college. And what they want to do is downsize. So you can create an offer that's going to go out the third quarter of 2025. Man, can you believe we're planning this far ahead? You didn't know what the hell you were going to do on Monday. We're already the third quarter of 2025. We're putting an offer together. Here's what we need to do. We know it's for baby boomers and for those that want to downsize. I'm going to need 3 emails. I'm going to need a text message. I'm going to need a direct mail piece that I can mail out to all of my people about those that are looking to downsize. Well, what about the people that are 30 years old? Send it to them. Their parents are getting ready to. You send it to your entire list. How many of you are liking this? Let me know in the comments here. Is this something that's helpful for you to really have a pre-planned playbook with ready-to-use convertible emails that are working well, that have a high conversion rate, that have a high response rate? This is how you build that out. So the third quarter, we're doing baby boomers or downsizers. And again, there's a million niches you could choose from. I'm just pulling these using the rectal extraction method right now. So then the fourth quarter comes around. Well, fourth quarter, what are we going to do then? We're going to do the perfect home finder. So one of the things that my inner circle coaching is well known for is we can get access to unlisted and pre-market homes in that area that match their criteria, clear down to the neighborhood they want, and we can get access before anyone else knows they're for sale, before they're publicly listed. No, it's not a pocket listing. They didn't agree to list with you. They agreed they would sell it to your buyer if you bring a buyer. They don't care if they pay 7%, 8%, whatever. So don't find a reason this doesn't work for you. I've been doing this 25 years. But fourth quarter of next year, we're going to offer the perfect home finder offer. Well, shit, Greg, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to create 3 emails. We're going to create 1 text message, and we're going to create a direct mail piece, and we're going to send it out to everybody. Now, in reality, what happens is you do the first quarter. What did we say that was? New construction. And we're like, man, that worked really good. The second quarter, I'm going to do another offer, but I'm going to offer a direct mail piece. So we'll do, what did we say for the second offer? The move-up buyers. Third quarter comes around, and we want to do the downsizers, right? The baby boomers and downsizers. Okay, well, let's do 3 text messages. Let's do 3 emails, a text message. Let's do a direct mail piece. But let's do a YouTube and a Facebook post too, whether it's just text and print, or you do a video like this. And let's put that out there, and then we can link that in the text message. If this is something you're interested in, here's a little YouTube video about it. Click here. We can link it in the email. Hey, if this is something you're interested in, just click here. That's how you get your message out there to the public. So you've gotten trained on offers that they'll be interested in. What you don't ever want to do is build a list and say some dumb shit like, hey, if you're thinking of buying or selling, call me. Have you guys thought about buying soon? Do you have an agent to represent you when the time? What the hell are you? Has that ever worked for you? Stop it. Give them something they're interested in. So, man, if we decide we want to work these niches, I don't know what it is for you. You're going to sell condos next year. You're going to sell luxury homes next year. You're going to sell acreage properties or waterfront properties, or you sell equestrian homes, or you do one-story properties, or you specialize in pet owners who may want fenced yards and the dog parks in the area. And whatever it is that you decide your niche is, as crazy as we want to go, those are the offers you put out. And now you want to keep building your list. You build a huge sphere of influence, and then eventually you will be that old ass agent that makes tons and tons of money. And everybody's like, how do you do it? Well, I got a great sphere of influence, and past clients and my sphere of influence, just they've been really good to me, and I've cultivated that over the years. That's what you build. That is how you become successful. And ultimately, you're able to retire. You know why? Because you don't go on appointments anymore. You have other people go on those appointments, and you simply own that book of business, and you can move to another state and still run a business that's massively successful, and you take at least 50% of that. That's how you build a business. Search around on this freaking YouTube all day. You ain't going to see this shit because it's not something that people teach. They don't know how to get wealthy. They have no idea how to build wealth. The vast majority of the fakers that are out there, the fake coaches that are out there, they themselves are struggling because what they teach doesn't work, so they can't keep members. Do me a favor. Google me right now. Right now, pull up another window and see what I'm doing. See if I've spent $9 million in the last month. Google it and see. Because this stuff works. Agents stay with me until they can retire. Agents build their business. 2025 can be your biggest year ever if you're doing this sort of thing. If you're setting things up so that first quarter, I put this out to my list. Oh my gosh, that worked really well. Let me keep building my list, because I know I have a second quarter that I'm putting something out. Oh my gosh, look how big that is. Let me keep building that list. Next thing you know, you have 5,000 people in your area that know you, like you, and trust you, look at you as their trusted advisor on the real estate side. And you're able to grow your business. That's how you get where you want to be. So I want you to develop that playbook. I want you to develop the emails, the text, the offer. For those that are members with us, we provide all of this for you. We've got tons and tons of calls. Of course, my landscapers are here while I'm on a live call. They're going to get my dog barking like crazy. But I really want you to think about how you do this yourself. The coaching calls that we've been doing on our inner circle calls here have been phenomenal. I want you to be involved with that. If this guy comes to the door, I'm literally going to take a break in the middle of our live because I got so much I want to cover with you here. But I do believe if you're utilizing this, it's going to be a game changer for you. Some of the calls that we're doing, I got my list here, man. Look at this. And those of you that are members, you can log into the site and even go back and see some of these recent calls. Write these down. October 10th, we did the guaranteed way to quadruple your production from your sphere of influence. We showed you how to quadruple your production from your sphere of influence. That's October 10th. Just log in and go back to that date. October 24th, the worksheet to surpass your true financial goal in 2025. We showed you that as well. So I want you to go back and watch that. November 7th, the best ads from 2024. Utilizing that because you're building a playbook for 2025. We've got another one coming up on November 21st, your complete business plan and marketing model for 2025. That's coming up on November 21st. And then the big one that all of you are invited to, you included, whether you're a member with me or not, is our 14th annual Black Friday agent training. I haven't even sent that out yet. If you're not on our email list, you're going to miss it. That's only going to those on our email list. If you're not on our email list here, you can go to gregsprioritylist.com. Only thing that does is get you on my email list. You can unsubscribe at any time. But that's how you're going to know about the Black Friday training, gregsprioritylist.com. So I want you to grab your spot for that. And again, I think you'll find it to be very, very helpful. And this is something that, you know, if you're creating quarterly offers, you will be massively successful. If you're not creating those offers, you're not going to make the money you want to make. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do it right now. Click the button so you can ring the bell and get notified. I want to help you in growing your business. We do these morning meetings every Tuesday. I hope this has been of service to you. I think this is so good, you'll want to share it with other agents. Go out there and hustle. Let's make some money. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk soon, and bye-bye for now.